Aloha, 2 weeks in Japan, what's up, baby?
Hello world! Welcome to our first YouTube video and first trip in Japan. We hadn't traveled for a while before this trip, so we ended up making the beginner mistake of booking an early flight and had to stay in this 9 hours capsule hotel before heading to Tokyo. After getting some rest at the hotel, we decided to head out for a walk. But first things first, 7-Eleven! The next day, we spent some time shopping in the Koenji area since we hadn't packed any winter clothes and it was getting pretty cold in Tokyo. Up next, we check out the Asakusa district and the Tsukiji fish market. Maybe it was because we showed up late in the middle of the day, the crowd wasn't bad and we ended up not having to wait long for anything. We also visited Meiji Jingu Shrine and Tokyo Imperial Palace during our time in Tokyo. I don't know if I can recommend the Imperial Palace, but it's definitely worth checking out the Meiji Shrine.
It's better than Stanley Park.
NANI?!
We have always liked hiking, so we figured we might as well check out a few trails while we are here, and Mount Takao was our first hike. It almost felt like we were in Kyoto the moment we got off the train from central Tokyo. Being late risers, we got here when the people had already done descending. But luckily, we made it in time to see the sunset. Shinjuku is probably the district that we visited the most during our time in Tokyo, yet it felt so different every time we got here. There are honestly so many things to do in Shinjuku, you'll definitely have a fun time here, so don't miss it. Kyoto was probably my favorite city. It's like you've been taken back in time, especially in the Gion area. We actually stayed in a ryokan in Gion and it was probably the best decision on this trip. The place is surrounded by trees with birds chirping and it was so nice walking up and down the hills to get to places. Unpopular opinion, but I think this was probably the worst part of the trip. As we started walking to the top through the Red Gate path, there were too many people, so we hardly made any progress after a while. So we decided to do what we do best, aka taking a random path up. Honestly, I had no clue if we were even gonna make it. But sometimes, when you least expect it, good things might happen. We stumble up on this gorgeous bamboo forest, crossed by multiple creeks and small shrines where people can pray, and finally made it to the top. And when we got down, we went off course again and ended up in this neighborhood. It was so tranquil and peaceful, I honestly felt like I could add a good 10 years to my life if I lived here. On our last day, we decided to do another hike and went up the mountain behind our ryokan. We honestly didn't know where we were supposed to go and just followed the path we saw. After about 45 minutes, we ended up at Shogunzuka Mound, which has this amazing viewpoint that made the hike totally worth it. Also, if you are a runner, this river is such a great running path. The best part is, it's not even crowded at all, so you basically will never have to stop. Originally, we planned to visit Nara for a day trip, but once we got to Osaka, we didn't feel like going. So to make the JR Pass worthwhile, we decided to go to Himeji instead. We got the package to Himeji Castle, which is the biggest castle in Japan, and Kokoen Garden, which is only like a 5-minute walk away from the castle. And you can get this entrance package at the castle entrance, so no need to plan in advance. After checking out the castle, we hopped back on a train to Osaka, which only took about 20-ish minutes, and had the best time in the Dontobori area.
These are too nice to be me. Well, tough guy style, I'm not too cool, trying to change the world. I will plot and see.